Hi there, I'm Todd Seisner, Associate Publisher of In-Fisherman magazine. I'd like to welcome back pro angler Cody Meyer, who joined us in episode 1 of the New Fishing Gear Guide to talk about the Daiwa Tatula swimbait rod. Now Cody's going to introduce us to the reel that figures to be a perfect match for that rod. Cody, I know you're familiar with the entire lineup of Tatula reels, and I know you'd like to throw big baits from time to time, whether you're at home in California or out on the tournament trails. So tell us why this 300 series Baitcaster is going to be an option that anglers are going to want to consider when they're throwing big baits around.
Yes, absolutely, Todd. You know, like I say, with the Tatula lineup, we have the Tatula 100, 150, 200, now the 300, and this is a phenomenal reel for those really, really big swim baits. Years ago, the only option to get the really, really deep spool here was a conventional round reel. Those are very uncomfortable. This is a more low profile, big reel here with a lot of really, cool key features. For one, I mentioned the deep spool. You need that, that line capacity, that deep spool for that 20, 25 pound test. It's going to have a 43 millimeter aluminum deep spool here, really, really deep. Put a ton of line on there. The frame of this thing, guys, it's aluminum frame with aluminum side plate. And the side plate is really a key because you have a really big reel here that you're making long casts with huge swim baits. You want that aluminum side plate in there to really be a beefed up reel and to hold everything together in there. So that is a big key. We got the zero adjuster on here. You know what that is here. Once you adjust this thing, you're never going to have to touch it again for the life of the reel, and it's gonna stay there, and you're going to make the adjustments on the Mag Force Z on here. So if you're going from say a big swim bait to a smaller swim bait, you can adjust it up or down depending on the wind. Makes it very, very easy. Also the T-wing, this is kind of the staple here for Daiwa. We're going to put this in the Tatula 300. That way when you cast, there's going to be less line restriction on that cast. And my favorite part here, 110 millimeter handle, very big handle. If you're throwing those big swim baits, you need that big handle to really grab it and have a lot of power behind that. And again, this is the first reel with all these features: super deep spool, T-wing, huge handle. And again, this is meant for those really, really big swim baits. Having the right reel matched up with the right rod, it's going to be very key for that. So really exciting. Also, it comes in 3 gear ratios: 6:3 to 1, 7 to 1, and 8 to 1. So depending on what you're doing, you're going to have a lot of options there. Really cool reel. I've been fishing it for a couple months now from Daiwa. They nailed it on this reel for throwing those really, really big baits.
So from swim baits to umbrella rigs, I imagine this would be an effective tool. The 300 series Tatula Baitcaster is going to be available, I think, this fall, Cody, and sell for about $269.99, I believe, which is a pretty strong price point for a reel with that many features.
Yes, absolutely. Perfect for those, like I say, big umbrella rigs, A-rigs, huge swim baits, lower profile. To have all that stuff and a lower profile reel, it's going to be really, really a big key for less fatigue on the water all day and having, the right reel to get the job done.
Well, Cody, I want to thank you again for taking the time and sharing the insight on the new 300 series Tatula reel. It's going to be a must-have for big baits, big bait fishermen. Good fishing to you in your next time out.
Thank you.